So we got 4 new Nikkes announced today. Okay, let's have a look then. So number 1 is going to be everybody's favorite. No name, question mark, question mark. Okay, that's fine, right? Dark skin, flat-chested, no idea what faction she's from. Number 2 is going to be this girl with a hat. Apparently it's Pilgrim, pioneer from Pinocchio. Okay, very, very interesting. Number 3 is going to be a character, Nayuta, pioneer, so they're going to be same. So we got 2 Pilgrims upcoming. Alright, number 4 is going to be this girl right here. I'm sure you guys can see, right? This is going to be familiar, right? I've seen this in a lot of other characters as well. So question mark, question mark. So we got 4 characters. We got 4 characters upcoming. So this is apparently for the new story. Alright, so chapter 39 to 40 update. So we'll have to wait and see, right? So why does she has a halo? Very, very interesting. She reminds me of Scarlet a little bit, right? They have halo. I guess for this one and the left and the right one. Maybe because they are from the same faction, right? We'll have to see based upon the story. Chapter 39 and 40, so this is going to be the trailer. So let's have a look what this is going to be all about, right? So we're going to play the story when it comes out.
Nayuta has summoned us.
Nayuta.
If that slowpoke is calling for us, she must have found something big.
So apparently Scarlet, Snow White and Rapunzel is being summoned by Nayuta. So they know each other. Mother Whale. Wait, is this on top of Mother Whale?
Who are you Uncle's friends?
Ooh. I love the puppet aesthetic.
Well now, never did I dream I would encounter a noble hero in so remote a place.
Okay.
This humble one is called Nayuta.
So that's Nayuta right there.
A special gene doth course through thy body. 'Tis not ever active, but awakens only upon certain conditions.
Okay, so she can heal wounds. Very interesting.
There exists a thing called the Queen Gene.
Queen Jin.
Tracking the 4 beasts is our top priority right now.
Leviathan. Okay, so as you can see, we're gonna encounter a new character overall.
What an interesting story about the Queen.
Ooh, are we going to find out more things about the Queen, right? I think all 4 of them are Pilgrims. I could be wrong though, right? These 2 are Pilgrims, the one in the middle. But again, right now, we should worry about the current banner for the timing. So the current banner, we got Vesti, we got Yunhua, and we got everybody's favorite. Emma is the strongest. Okay, so let's have a look at all 3 of them then. So let's have a look at Emma first and see what she's all about. So she is going to be a machine gun, burst 1 fire. So if you guys are not aware already, that means she is competing against a lot of other burst 1 slots. Now I do think that that's going to be a bit difficult because there's a lot of strong burst 1 that has cooldown reduction, CDR. I'm not sure where or how viable is she going to be in that particular slot and competing against others, right? Okay, seems pretty good.
There you go.
Ooh. Her body heats up. Reminds me of Luffy from one of the gear. I don't know which gear, gear 5 or something like that. But okay, interesting concept. So as you can see, right now she has this thing called the environment setup on skill 1. Start of battle, you activate this particular one. Sprays solution into surroundings. Okay, damage taken increased by 3.9%. Very, very interesting. So increased damage taken, I assume, for the enemies. Yeah, all enemies, right? So environment setup as well continuously recovers 2.3% of target caster's final max HP for all allies. Alright, 30 seconds. And also taunt all enemies continuously. So that means she is going to have taunt, which is that a good thing? Because that means that it's good in PvP, I guess, when enemy appears, but it could be bad in PvE because she's going to be the main target unless you have like some sort of shield to help you with that, right? So activates only if self is alive. So that's on the skill 2. Let me see. Skill 2. Issues a battle advantageous tactic to the target. All allies from the same squad, critical damage increased by 23%. Affects all allies from the same squad. Oh, damn. Okay, that's quite... So she only buff the allies from the same, in this case, Yuna, and of course, Vesti. Affects all allies, projectile explosion damage increased by 2%. Okay, so that's going to be the two things. So at least one thing here goes to the other one, right? So at least this is going to be how it is. When applying AS formation to self, all allies true damage increased by 30%. Okay, this one at least affects everyone. Projectile explosion damage increased by 3%. Exposure activation disabled continuously. Interval of environment setup decreased by 20 seconds. Oh, so I find that very crucial, very interesting. Projectile explosion damage. This is like a new one. I wonder if that helps Rapid Red Hood, because Rapid Red Hood has that explosion as well, right? The AOE that explodes every few seconds when you shoot, every few bullets. I don't think that's counted, but we'll have to test that separately, right? So burst skill affects all allies. Attack increased by 40%. Okay, that's not bad. Decent for 10 seconds. Enhanced environment setup. Okay, damage taken multiplier of environment setup is scaled by 100%. Okay, all enemies, potency of HP restored 29%. All allies. So it is going to be very interesting. So 40% attack, but she doesn't do anything other than that. So she also buffed true damage, I guess. But true damage, as far as I know right now, not many characters have that, right? So that could be something that maybe will be strong later, maybe it will be strong eventually. So how about the next character right here? Everybody's favorite girl, Yuna. I have mixed feelings about her, right? Because the problem with Yuna is she's a burst 2. Okay? So burst 2 is like, really, burst 2 you're competing against Crown, right? You're competing against, I guess, Blanc and Noir, or whoever that is the like the main mask, main anchor. There's quite a lot of characters in Burst 2 specifically. So maybe there's a chance that she could shine better. She might not be able to compete with Crown, but at least she may, if she can compete with Grave or the other characters, then at least she'll have some sort of usability. So she has, okay, all of this. She's also a fire sniper rifle. She's an attacker on Burst 2. Let's see. Skill 1, Camouflage. So when she uses Burst skill, this affects herself, prevents self from being the target of a single target attacks for 5 seconds. It sounds like a good ability to have, but at the same time, why not just pick a character that gives shield to the entire team, or like give defensive abilities, right? Why just prevent yourself from loses effect when the caster takes damage? Because it only prevents from single target attacks, right? But AoE can still get hit. So is there like, let's say like in PvP, right? If enemy use shotgun is an AoE, rocket launcher is an AoE, you still get hit. So it only prevents single target attacks. So the one that's like focused on you, I guess, right? Okay, so activates when performing full charge attacks. Okay, when in camouflage status, basically you get normal attacks deal true damage. True damage increased by 42%. Okay, so she is going to be able to do damage pretty much, right? Pretty much able to do damage. Okay, what about the other one? Skill 2. Issues a battle advantages tactic to target. Okay, affects all allies from the same squad. Critical rate increased by 8%. Continuously. Very good. So that means this is pretty much permanent. Lasts the entire battle. I like it. Affects all allies. Charge damage increase 41%. That is actually really good. 41% is a lot, right? Affects self. Attack increase by 42%. So 41% charge damage. That means it can affect a lot of characters, right? Like, you know? But in this case, it's only going to be buffing Vesti if you're using them in the same team. Bonus effects when applying LT formation to self. Projectile explosion increase, true damage increase. Okay, very, very interesting. Swap weapon here for the burst skill, 105%. Full charge damage is 300%. Max ammo capacity is 1 round. Fires exploding bullet, dealing area of effect damage, AoE damage. And then the damage taken, 27%. So it boosts it. Basically anyone that gets hit by this is going to have the damage taken debuff on them. 27%. I kind of like it as well. I'm a bit worried because does this mean that the next few bosses that we're going to fight is going to have like really high like defense mechanism and stuff to the point that we need true damage, right? So far she seems okay. I doubt she is going to be, she doesn't feel as universal as I thought, right? Most of this buff, this one only affects for the same squad. The charge damage, yeah, that one can be used, but other than that, it doesn't really give much. There's a bit of debuff here. skill 1 is only buffing herself, right? For the true damage, only affects self. So what about the last one, Vesti, right? In this case, Vesti is going to be the burst tree. Because it feels like you need to use them together, that means it's going to be quite expensive. And if you can only get 1 or 2, then it's too expensive for any normal human to be able to get all 3. Unless you just happen to have gold tickets, but then you shouldn't be using gold tickets, right? For these characters. So Vesti, okay, skill 1, she's going to be a rocket launcher burst 3, okay? Charge speed 100% for 3 rounds. Okay. When landing full charge attacks, only if self is in missile guided status, affects self, charge damage increased by 58%. Stacks up to 1 time and lasts for 3 seconds. Okay, activates when reloading to max ammo, removes missile guide. Okay, that's going to be quite interesting. This is for skill 1, but so far it's nothing crazy. Charge damage increase, that's pretty much what it is. Skill 2 deals 266% as true damage. Again, another true damage. When landing full charge, attack increased by 20%. Alright. Activates when landing full charge. Projectile explosion damage increased by 20%. I'm not sure if that's a lot or not. That could be a separate multiplier. It could be a lot, right? And then when you activate burst, explosion radius increased by 100%. Damage increased by 60%. True damage. And then affects all enemies. 492% final attack. Burst skill as true damage. 492%. Okay, how big is her radius? So let's have a look. Okay, that's quite good. That's quite good. She's hitting, like, for example here, she's hitting this one, but the one on the right also gets hit, right? So I think the explosion range is quite big, but the one at the back will not get hit. So it depends. If you are fighting an AoE scenario, sure, but I can't see her being good against like specific bosses, right? So fire 3 shots. So she's always going to fire 3 shots and then reload. Okay, that's going to be how it is. So Emma is coming out first, and then the other 2 is coming later. But like there's no real way to like put them into the full team combination from day 1, right? Let me just double check. So Emma is on August 7, August 14 is for Yuna, and then August 21 is for Vesti. So they are all, you can only test them one at a time. So we'll have to wait, right? We'll have to see how it goes. Now Emma is probably going to be a little bit much more difficult to test because she probably will need the other 2, right? But at least, I guess we can test her with some true damage character. They are delaying. I mean, that's how it is, right? Because they gotta make it last as long as possible before the new major update comes in. There's gonna be something huge coming soon. So that's just going to be how it is.